following program is an exclusive Disruption Networks production.
It's Bowling for the Bahamas and Celebrity Bowling Challenge to benefit the Bahamas Disaster Relief Fund. Sunday, December 1st, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. AMF Panorama Lanes, 1724 Genesee Street, Utica. Come have fun and enjoy a few games of bowling for a good cause. There will be prizes, food and drink specials, and some special challenges mixed in along the way. $20 per bowler or $100 per team includes 2 games and shoe rental. All proceeds go directly to the Bahamas Relief Foundation. That's Bowling for the Bahamas and Celebrity Bowling Challenge, presented by Disruption Network, Holy Pozzoli, and AMF Panorama Lanes. Sunday, December 1st, 1724 Genesee Street, Utica.
So you just bought your dream home, and now it's time to move. Let's face it, nobody likes to move. All the packing, unpacking, lifting, upstairs, downstairs, and broking everything, including your back. Let the professionals at EJA Moving Company take all the stress and pain out of your move. Competitively priced moving, relocation services, office moves, and complete packing and unpacking services. They work with everybody to make it simple and easy for you to move and relocate. Call EJA Moving Company at 315-335-0516. When it's time to relocate, have EJA Moving do all the work for you. Hit them up online, ejamoving.com.
Hey, Disruption Network. This is Mike Sacco, the general manager at Nye Volkswagen of Rome. If you don't know me by name, it's only because you have not received the best deal. There's only one reason to leave Utica, and that's to come see me in Rome and get the best deal on your next new, pre-owned, or certified VW. Mention that you heard this ad from Disruption Network and receive $250 off your next vehicle purchase. You'll know why our customers say, I love my Nye VW. Come see us at 5865 Rome Taberg Road in Rome, or visit us online at nyvwofrome.com.
Want to know what's going on at the D? Hit up DisruptionNetwork.net and check out our events calendar, brought to you by the Events Co. Find out about upcoming guests, special events, concerts, show schedules, community activities, and more. Get connected at DisruptionNetwork.net.
Welcome to EC Radio Podcast. We would like to thank all of our sponsors for joining the Disruption team, and we hope that you will support all of our sponsors. And of course, we appreciate you listening to this program.
Attention listeners. The host of this show and the majority of his guests are not responsible for the correct pronunciation of words, vowel dropping, reduction of sentences, loud vocal inflections, passionate conversations, excessive talking with their hands, and several undefined words. All these terms are exempt for the fact that we are located in the upstate New York region known as Utica, New York. Furthermore, the views expressed by our guests are not those of Disruption Network and their sponsors. Have an invigorating day.
Disruption Networks.
It's like my ode to Wayne's World. What's up, everybody? How are ya? What freaking day is it today? I think it's Tuesday. Never know what day it is. But I can tell you what show it is. You can follow along on all Disruption Network social media platforms. It is EC Radio. It's me, Z. It's wet outside. I am freaking wet, and nothing worse in my life that I hate more than wet sock. And my socks are wet, so I'm going barefoot today. I freaking hate wet sock. That drives me crazy. I'm having one of those days. I'm locked out of my freaking Facebook account. I don't know what the freak's going on. I'm having one of those days, people. So luckily, I got Callie on here. She'll probably smooth it out for me as she likes to do. But before we get out of here, though, or before we get to her, I really got to give love and respect out to my sponsors, and that's Utica Coffee. Of course, Wake the Hell Up. I'm fueled every day by Utica Coffee. Every day. I love this stuff. WakeTheHellUp.com. You can check them out online. Also, much love to Nye Volkswagen in Rome, EJA Moving Services, and my good folks, my friends and family over at the Utica Hemp Company. Check out CBD. See if it works for you. Joe Sweet's a healer nowadays, Callie. Can you believe that?
Is he really?
He's a healer.
I'm not that surprised, honestly.
Right. Of course, he's
sort of a healer back in the day.
No doubt. No doubt.
He's always been like kind of a shaman, you know?
And he is. He's a CBD shaman right now, if you could believe that. Callie K, you might remember her from Electric Blue and the Cosmic Truth, and one of my absolute favorites from back in the day. You know, Callie, when I'm out and about and people are talking about old bands that used to visit the EC, your name comes up. It comes up an awful lot, I got to tell you. A lot of people are always asking about you, so it's good that we can have you up on the podcast, and it's great to see you with your cat ears.
I know. When we were testing out, Z mentioned the cat ears. He mentioned the chair, too. He's like, you got a gaming chair? What are you doing?
You're a freaking gamer.
I'm a gamer.
What do you game out on?
So I'm a PC gamer, of course, because all the real people are. I play World of Warcraft. I play Overwatch. I play other stuff here and there. Those are my two mains.
Do you like going to tournaments and stuff?
No.
You just stick it.
I play competitive, but I'm not that good. I just like doing it. So I have an embarrassing amount of time on World of Warcraft, like hundreds of days.
Yeah. Playing people at freaking, like in India and whatnot, right?
Yeah, exactly.
From all over the place. Nice. That's cool. You freaking nerd. Did your music take a backseat to your gaming career now?
So, no. So the music has taken a backseat for sure.
Has it?
But that's just because, the last project I was in was called The Royal We, and it was a band, we had, we had drums, acoustic guitar, stand-up bass, and a fiddle, and we played all songs about murder. It was really, really good, really good. It was like all old school, like we'd cover like Nick Cave and Tom Waits, and like it was just creepy and cool, and so that was the last project I was in. That was about 3 years ago. So since then, like so much has happened. I think music has taken a backseat to my education, really. I'm in a doctoral program now.
Yeah.
Like, I know. So since I've seen you, I've gotten, finished up my bachelor's, I got my master's, and I'm just starting my dissertation now in my doctoral program. So it's crazy.
Congratulations.
It's crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool to find something else that I like. I love music. That was my whole life, but like to like something else, I didn't give a shit about anything else.
If I were to hop in that DeLorean back in 2002, take it back to 2002 and tell Callie back then that you'd be going for your doctorate, what would you tell yourself?
She would never believe it.
She'd be like, yeah.
So I like telling the story that like I got a C+ in English Comp 1, and that's what I wound up getting my master's in English. It's just funny. I just was never a good student, but it's just pretty much like what you decide. If you just decide you're gonna try, you can do it, So that's what music's taken a backseat to. Also, right when the Royal We was kind of starting to gig and stuff, I got. Am I about to get super personal right away?
Yeah, go ahead. Hey, it's me you're talking to, sister. Come on.
I know. I've missed you so much, dude. It's so good seeing you. I can't stop smiling. I missed you so much.
I'm hugging you so hard right now.
So I got weight loss surgery. I got gastric sleeve surgery. It'll be 3 years in December. So like when that happens, that kind of, it takes over your whole life. Like I didn't have time for anything other than just kind of healing and trying to get back on my feet, So like everything went on hold then. So
yeah, to focus on you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's worked. It's like I've lost 120 pounds. Like I'm healthy. I'm like, I feel good,
and and you've grown cat ears all of a sudden too.
I've grown my cat ears. We're seeing these things look badass, but they're terrible. They're quiet, and my hearing is shot from the 80s and 90s. So,
and so you had the surgery, and you're keeping it off. Obviously, you look great. You're doing great.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I feel awesome, and that was the goal. So, so before we were trying to figure out when's the last time I saw you.
I don't even know.
I don't know either.
I don't even know. Maybe like a jug band reunion, a South Catherine Street jug band reunion. Then they do a couple reunions, maybe like Sterling. It's been a while.
It's been a very long time.
The present is what counts, Callie. The present time right now is what.
Do you remember when we met though?
No, but I don't remember when we met. But I know the first time that I absolutely freaking fell in love with all of you guys. And
I wonder if we're talking about the same thing.
Okay.
The Rainey's Festival. All right, so my caveat is that I'm gonna always get the date wrong.
Okay.
Even the year, and I'm probably gonna get the place wrong.
Okay.
But I think it was one of the Scotty Paloozas, R.I.P.
Yes.
When it was raining and raining and raining, and we had our bus.
I love that bus.
Me too. Me too. And so everybody congregated in the bus because it was just pouring out. And you were one of those people. And I'm pretty sure that's the first time we met. And you said, like, I'm about to open this club. Like, I'm excited. I'm gonna have you guys there. Da da da. And like, we went to the electric company before it even opened. I remember it being, it was like all dusty and whatever. And you were like, I think this is gonna be the place. Like, I remember that very clearly.
Dude.
Is that the same thing you're thinking about?
Kind of. Callie, you single-handedly are the reason why I drink Jameson to this day. You were a pusher back then. All of you guys were a pusher back then. But
I really want that to be my legacy?
No, definitely not. Definitely. I got so much love for you, sweetie. Before, I think it was the same festival, though. I remember hanging out on the bus, and you guys were passing around Jameson. It was the first time I ever had it, and it could have been like, 2001, 2, I don't know. Those are my blackout years. That's why I refer to those as my blackout years.
Okay, so it's not just me.
No, definitely not.
Like, I don't know what year it was.
Definitely
It was back then, though.
I don't know what day it is.
98% sure it was Scotty Palooza.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah, it could have been. I can't tell you what festival or who was there, but yes. And that was the day I first started drinking Jameson, and I still drink it to this day. I'm a fan. When I'm out and about, but it's not like I'm a raging alcoholic like I used to be. But
same.
But
it was a good drink. You knew what you were getting.
Right.
That's what I always say. I just you know what you're getting into.
Yes.
No surprises. I still like it to this day too.
Do you keep in touch with the EBKT folks still, or?
I talk to Gary. We text. I don't see him a lot. He's super, super busy. He's got his own, landscaping company. Let's see. The kid, Brian, I talked to him. I saw him a couple months ago, under less than ideal circumstances, as that tends to happen. But I did see him. He's living out in Tahoe.
The kid.
I know. Oh, I miss the kid so much. I love him.
He was a wook before there was wooks.
No kidding, right? No kidding. He really was.
He was the precursor to the Wookiee.
And someone like him, you never think of him as like, he's an adult now. But like, it's like when he started, he couldn't even get into the bars and stuff that we were playing at. We had to kind of sneak him into bars and stuff. But now he's, an adult. I always think of him as a kid though.
Right.
He's doing pretty good. The others, here and there, like social media keeps us all semi-connected.
Yep.
But I haven't seen some of them in years and years. Yeah. Miki, I saw Miki at a friend of mine's wedding like last year. Yeah, everybody's good, I think. Like we all survived. What more can you ask for?
Can you believe it?
I know. Look, some didn't. We're pretty lucky.
Yeah, no doubt. So many memorable nights that we've had, and I'm filtering through a lot of them in my head. But for some reason, I keep going back to one of the New Year's Eve shows that used to play at the EC. I think you played a couple, and just the hallway parties at the Hotel Utica afterwards, and we had some memorable nights. But I was kind of hoping that you would refresh my brain on a couple stories too, because I did refer to them as my blackout years, and there's so many things I forget. Drop me a good story, sister.
Oh God, was it? I don't know if it was New Year's. Well, there was definitely a Halloween where Gary and I showed up dressed as Elvis and Priscilla. Do you remember this?
I do.
I don't know if you remember this. Nick from Rhubarb. So Rhubarb was playing, and I shaved Nick's hair into a mohawk, right, like at the bar, like at the electric company, like during sound check, because he was going as Mr. T. And it looked great. What's up, Nick? I don't know if Nick listens to this.
He's got it now.
Tag him, whatever. I know, like I miss it, but I'm pretty sure it was Rhubarb. That was one of the and the Hotel Utica. I'm pretty sure. This is bad. Us two people with blackout years trying to piece things together. Pretty sure that was the last time we were allowed in the Hotel Utica. Wasn't there kind of an embargo? I think we weren't allowed there after a while.
Yeah, they used to cringe when they seen me come through their doors. They'd be like, "Oh, it's that guy again." Thank God they're under different management now. But
because it was like the only game in town, right? Like we couldn't really stay anywhere else, and like that was the only place to stay. And I think that we were not allowed there after a while because we had the whole floor, as far as I remember.
Yeah. Multiple.
And that was probably deliberate.
Yeah, multiple. Yeah, for sure. Stick all the bad kids in one section type of thing. That's detention. The detention hall.
Yeah. But so that was one, definitely, that one Halloween. And then we used to play there with, I'll still always call them Psychedelic Breakfast, but
no doubt.
We played with Psychedelic Breakfast there a bunch. And I have all these pictures on my Facebook. I don't know if you've seen, but I should start tagging you in them, of us at the Electric Company.
Oh, cool.
Like, there's one of Electric Blue with Tim from Breakfast, just chilling out and stuff. There's a few of me just like, people tuning their shit. I don't know. It's just like, I for some reason I have a ton of pictures from back then, and it's from the Electric Company, and that was kind of rare, like
right.
Nobody had phones and stuff. So for pictures to exist was kind of cool. Yeah. Like, I think about that a lot now, like bands now and how easy they have. Like, I hate to sound all fucking walking 10 feet in the snow uphill both ways, but like
you kids these days,
bands now, they don't have to deal with an entire backseat full of Rand McNally atlases trying to get where they need to go, right. And they have actual access to their family at home and stuff like that. It did not used to be like that. Mm-mm. So like the road was your family, because you didn't have access to anybody. You didn't talk to anybody back home. You didn't know. Do you remember Orion? Orion. He was our first drummer.
I don't.
He used to say, he told me once that he used to wake up every morning on the road and go, "My name is Orion. It is Monday, December 15th, 1995, and I am in Utica, New York." Like, he would have to center himself every day, tell himself who he was, when it was, and where he was, because it was just like, you just lived completely off the grid. It was crazy. It was a crazy life.
You guys were out there hitting the road hard. How many years did you guys hit it for?
That was like 10 years.
Was it a good 10-year run?
Yeah.
Some memorable nights for sure.
Oh, God.
What are some of the ones that stand out for you outside the Electric Company?
Well, for me, it's like all the harvest dances.
Yeah.
For the Jug Band, because, they're like my bros and I love them so much. And there's just always something special when we're all together. And we all haven't been in the same room together. Let's see, they did a reunion a couple years ago up at Waterhole, and I went, and Gary was there. And we played with them, and so for us to all be in the same room together now, it's pretty rare. But it's like the harvest dances are my favorite time, just because it was just like it was all family, every single person. I just remember thinking at those festivals that every single person I want to be around me is right here. Like, it was just so special.
And somebody either always got hurt, or there was always a memorable story that you can walk away from that lived forever.
Yeah, like the one time that Russ broke his sax right before the Jug Band was supposed to go on stage, and someone ran home and got like an alto sax, which is like what Kenny G plays. So he had to Kenny G that shit all night. We covered 99 red balloons and dropped 99 red balloons off the roof while we were playing.
What about...
Because Fuller said he would not play the song unless we've dropped exactly 99 red balloons.
It has to be to the T, huh?
It does. He refused. He goes, "I will not get on that stage unless we got 99.
Or the time you guys covered "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls." That
one
sticks.
Yeah, and I did the rap. It took me forever to learn that rap. It's funny because we, in the reunion a couple years ago, we did that song, but I sang the whole thing and did the rap. I can't believe I remember this. Like, all the shit I've forgotten, and I remember, Left Eye's rap from that song, but it's paid off all those hours of practice. But yeah.
You're rapping now. You're rapping. I love it.
I want them to reunite again.
Yeah, let's make that happen.
I have a plan. I'm hoping none of them listen to this, but I have a plan. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah,
Me and Deb.
Let's launch it right here. Right now, let's launch the plan. I want to hear. I'm in on this too, so go ahead. All right.
So Deb Caruso and I decided this is what we're going to do is get like an hour of time, and within that hour, so nobody can talk to each other, contact all of them and tell each of them that the rest of them agreed to it. Isn't that good?
Yeah.
Right? So then they they think that all the other people said yes to it, so everyone will say yes. They all can't talk to each other because we're contacting them at the same time. We just like bamboozle them into it.
We'll have to corner them somehow. We'll figure it out. But this needs to happen. The Jugman needs to reunite within like the 315. I need it within Central New York. Every time they've reunited, it hasn't been in 315, and we'll make it happen here in Utica somewhere. So I would love.
I know
that.
It's always been north. So what are the clubs there like?
There's no clubs anymore.
No. What do you mean?
It's not. There's a couple here and there. In the summertime, you can play a lot because there's a lot of outdoor stages. Like Varick Street has really grown here in Utica, back where the electric company used to live. There's so many bars now on that street, and there's outdoor stages, and there's a couple indoor stages, but it's not, I don't know, the scene isn't what it used to be. You know, people aren't really supporting live music like they used to.
I think that might be the case everywhere, though.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely it's all in cycles. It'll come back. You know, it's all peaks and valleys. It's a roller coaster. So we'll get it back on the upswing really, really soon. But
I miss the electric company. It was a special place. It was how long were you guys open?
10 years. Yeah, we had a good 10-year run. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. That's for damn sure. And you guys were right in the mix on a lot of that.
Yeah. We were there the whole time, I think.
Yeah, you're my mom's favorite singer, as she's posting on one of the social medias right now.
Oh, my God. Oh, I see it.
Mom's favorite singer. So, yep, she used to say that all the time. Anthony, I really love that Callie. She's so good.
Oh, she was so sweet.
Yeah.
We'd see her the next day at loadout sometimes, right? Like, we're all a hot mess trying to get our equipment out of there. I sometimes saw her, I think.
Loadout was always the day after, huh?
Why did we do that? That's the worst idea. We're all in such bad shape. Oh, my God.
Because nobody wanted to do the work at the end of the night. Everybody just wanted to go drink bottles of Jameson.
Exactly. Yes, thank you.
Man, Jameson should have sponsored us back in the day.
I agree.
Right.
I tried to get Jack to do it once because I kept throwing Jack Daniels. I kept throwing that name into our songs. And I think we emailed them a couple times, or maybe even mailed. Oh my God, I'm showing my age. Saying, hey, we sing about your product.
Yeah.
How about a sponsorship? No, just one free bottle.
Yeah, give us a bottle or something.
Please.
They weren't having it.
No.
They weren't having it. Do you think you'll ever get back into music though?
I want to. I'm ready now.
You ready?
Yes.
Start that hip hop band. Everybody wears cat ears.
Kidding me? I would do that in a hot minute. I would join a hip hop band in a hot minute for sure. I'm ready now. So the past few years I've been going to classes. That's been kind of taking up my life. Now classes are kind of over and I do dissertation work, which is hard in itself, but it's not, regimented the way going to class is, So I feel like I'm ready. Like I miss it. I miss it so much. It's not like something it's like something you pack away, not something you throw away. It's like you can't ever get rid of it. If you're a musician and you're not doing it, there's something gone that nothing can replace. So I'm ready. Anybody know anybody that wants to put something together?
Where are you? You're in Mass. What part of Mass are you in?
Chicopee, Massachusetts.
Chicopee.
Yeah.
How was it growing up as a Yankee fan living in Massachusetts? Because I know you're still follling the Yanks, right? I know you've always been a diehard. How was it growing up as a Yankee fan living there?
Not easy.
I could imagine. You used to get in fights and whatnot.
Let's put it this way. I don't put anything on my car. You know what I mean? Like, you just can't do that. You can't come out like that. It's kind of a dirty little secret here. It's kind of a dirty secret. So it's hard, but I actually grew up in the Berkshires, which is, as you may know, it's a stone's throw from New York. So there's a lot of Yankee fans there. So it wasn't as hard there. Here, people can be mean. That's all right. We can take it.
People are mean everywhere.
That's true.
You gotta have thick skin.
So on this show, do you ever have the old crew?
Oh yeah, all the time.
You guys talk about
everything.
You do?
I never have a plan. I told you that before we started. I don't have a plan. I'd just be like, hey, you want to come on the podcast and talk? And what I like to do is promote a lot of music, especially the up-and-coming bands that are local and stuff like that, because I'm still supporting the local music scene. But we also promote local events, and we throw our own parties and whatnot. So like to promote that and different charities we get involved with too. So it's a wide spectrum of things that we indulge with. But yeah, as far as getting some of the old people back, yeah, we do. I've had like Mecha Bodega on here, and
oh my God, Mecha Bodega,
and the guys from Mo have been on here, and a bunch of people. Tim Palmieri's been on here before, and Mont Blue. They've all been on here at least once. So.
That's awesome. That's so good. I just didn't know how deep you delved.
Oh, how deep do you want to get, sister? Do you want to get into it?
No.
No? We'll get into the spiritual side of things?
I'm a respectable person now. If you want to get... I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. We can see how it goes.
Our boy Andy Waters, Groove and Lumens, wants to know if ever Electric Blue and the Cosmic Truth reunion.
I'm not opposed to it, but everybody's so, like I said, the kids in Tahoe.
Everybody's spread out.
Yeah, our original bass player, Aaron, he lives in San Francisco. Everybody's kind of spread out, and everybody's super busy.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw Jay, our old drummer. Like I said, I just saw the kid. I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I think like logistically, it'd kind of be a nightmare. We're all friends, but there's a couple that are just completely off the grid that like Alex, other bass player, he's like not on social media or anything. So there's a few people that might be a little hard to get a hold of, but there's certainly no bad blood. Like those are my bros forever. So I don't know.
Callie, with your gaming setup, you could do some video collaborating musically. Do you ever think about doing any of that? There's people.
I would do that. If somebody knows how to do that, I would do it.
You got it going on right there with your cat ears and the chair, and you got the camera. You're already set up. All you got to do is find people to collaborate with, and just I don't know, make a TikTok. Are you hip to TikTok at all?
Yeah, I have it. I don't really use it.
You don't use it?
I'm on Instagram though.
Instagram.
Instagram. Social Justice Mage. Social_Justice_Mage.
It's crazy how it's come. You mentioned before, driving around in the van back in the day and having a whole bunch of maps in the background. The kids, they don't even know. GPS was the best thing that ever happened to a touring musician.
No kidding. Being able to like promote your shows. First of all, on the road, just bling, like, oh, we just sent this out to hundreds of people. And, because I can't even tell you, I feel like most of our money went to promotion, like postcards. We'd have to have an actual mailing list and mail out postcards with our dates. It's just really expensive, like we didn't have any money. Pressing CDs to pass out at shows to like promote ourselves, like that kind of stuff. They don't have to do anymore.
You're right.
It makes it really tempting to get back into it. Just like it seems like so much easier now, just logistically. But
yeah, less work.
Yeah.
And, with Facebook, I think Facebook has made, and I'm so pissed off at Facebook right now, but Facebook has made bands lazy, I think.
Maybe,
they're not out there doing the grassroots style of promotion with, the posters and the hand cards and going out to other shows, passing out handbills. And they're not promoting that way. They're just using events on Facebook and maybe do a quick little video or something. And nobody's using a mailing list other than maybe an email list, but it's not like it used to be. That's for
God, I think I have our mailing list in the basement just all destroyed. And, because they got destroyed anyways, just beer on it and just all this. It's like garbage. But I remember just going out with going out with a backpack and just having flyers and stapling them everywhere. Like that doesn't happen anymore. Which is, I'm sure, great for the environment, but because stapling flyers, handing out CDs at when you could burn CDs, that was like a revelation because we would burn CDs and put stickers on them and go to shows that were kind of like us and check out my my mixtape.
Yeah,
and so try to get maybe stamp the date of our next show on there and try to get people that way. It was so just homegrown, and it worked to an extent. I'd like to someday write a book. I've written some stuff, but it's hard in a lot of ways because it's hard to expose yourself and it's hard to expose other people. But did you ever see that documentary about the metal band Anvil?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. So that's amazing, right? It's like the metal band that never was or whatever.
Right.
That's kind of the direction I wanted to go with it because it just I feel like we had really singular experience being first of all, female-fronted band, there just weren't that many back then. There just weren't that many, and on the road all the time. And, being one of the first, like, local-ish jam bands and stuff like that. So we just had, and also, being a blues band in the jam category, I just think we had a lot of, like, unique circumstances and a lot of stories to tell. So that's something that I've always wanted to do, and I really should work on, because I think it's readable even for people that have no idea, who we are, who we were. It's just a fun story reading about a band on the road in the 90s.
Well, let me ask you, were you familiar with Anvil before that documentary came out?
I was.
You were?
I was. Just not like not intimately familiar, because, they just never got that big, but I was like a huge metalhead in high school, huge metalhead. So I'd obviously heard of them, but, the documentary is brilliant.
It is.
It's brilliant.
Definitely.
What's that? Have you seen any shows lately?
Have I seen any shows, like concert-wise?
Yeah, any big ones? Like,
oh, I guess, Callie, that's all I do is shows. That's my other side hustle, is I work in the concert industry.
Yeah.
And I work in our local theater here in Utica, the Stanley Theater. So as a matter of fact, we got Styx coming up on Sunday, which I'm pretty excited for.
All right, who's still in? They still got Tommy Shaw. Man,
Yeah.
I loved Tommy Shaw back in the day.
JY is there. The whole shebang. They're back. This is the whole.
Wow.
It's not like the original lineup, because I'm pretty sure like the bass player passed away back in the original bass player, but yeah, it's like the solid foundation of Styx coming.
Dennis DeYoung.
Dennis DeYoung, JY.
Yeah.
So yeah, it should be cool. It's going to be a great show. It's almost sold out. So if anybody's interested in seeing Styx, you better get your tickets, because I'm pretty sure it's going to sell out. And we have a bunch of shows coming up too. Lettuce is coming to the Stanley on November 20th, and then we've got 2 nights of Mo on December 30th and 31st. So Halloween. I'm sorry, New Year's Eve. I've got Halloween on my brain still, but New Year's Eve with Mo at the Stanley Theater. A lot of good things happening. So.
It's cool to see bands from back in the day, that are still around and still doing it.
Yeah, such as Mo. There's a whole new wave of jam bands coming up, and that's the other thing I wanted to bring up is that's the jam scene is so special in that sense, is watching these bands grow up in like a grassroots style. And just watching them grow and progress. I mean, I used to see Mo in bars, so did you, and now here they are on the big stage. And now there's this whole new wave of bands coming out, like such as Twiddle and Aqueous and Dopapod, and Turquoise is another great band.
Turquoise,
I love those guys. So
real good.
There's a whole new wave of jam bands coming out there. It's like the 6th wave, and it's cool to watch these. And you don't really get that from other genres and other scenes on the way these bands in the jam band scene have grown. It's amazing to see. I love watching the growth.
Agree. I saw how they were doing the Mopods. I saw a show, and I think it was Cahoe's like a few months ago. That was really good. The new jam bands, they know what they're doing.
Right. Yeah.
Like in a way that I feel like we didn't.
Right.
Like we kind of just like went out there and did our thing, but they're super professional. They sound really, really good. They're just like...
They're not alcoholics.
Maybe that's it. I don't know. They know what they're doing. They run their business, really well, and they sound really, really good. They all just sound profesh. I like it. Mm-hmm. It's good. It's weird because I've never been the biggest like jam band. Jam bands have never really been my thing.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been more into like rock and stuff like that, but I certainly appreciate it. They're all maestros. They're all pretty amazing at what they do.
I got to switch it up a little bit because I know you and I have long nights of conversation talking about Motley Crue. What'd you think of The Dirt?
I love The Dirt.
Did you?
Did you like it?
Yeah.
So let me see if you had the same problems I did with it.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't want to start by bitching, but I guess that's what I'm doing. No, we'll start with good things.
Okay.
So the acting was pretty great. Like, I thought Vince was great. I thought he was just like him. I thought, Mick, great. Ramsay from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So I think my problem, and this might be your problem too, Z, is that we know them so intimately. Like we know what they sound like. We know every tick of their expression. Like, I don't know about you, but I was the hugest Motley Crue fan. That it was sort of hard to buy. Like, it was kind of hard to get into this, because we were in that scene, so it's like it's a little cartoony. It's a little, there's only so real you can get with it when you have like such firsthand knowledge of it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It was like, I mean, I certainly like appreciated it. Did you read the book?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And that's what was my problem with it, is the movie got Hollywood.
Yeah.
You know, somebody had final cut on that, and they just totally went off script. There was a few times, even in the movie, like that David Lee Roth scene, like they said it didn't even happen. So why are you putting it in the movie? And the timeline was off. And how do you put 30 years of debauchery in a 2-hour flick?
Right. And they didn't have to do that is the problem.
Right.
You know, like the book is lewd enough.
Exactly.
I mean, if you just go with the truth, it's enough. I remember reading the book, and I remember it was on a porch somewhere where people could walk behind you. And I remember closing the book when people walked behind me. Like, that's how like bad it was. Like every single page was something on that book that you didn't want some random person seeing you reading. They didn't have to Hollywood it up. They didn't have to make it more sensational, but they did.
And the timeline was off big time. But the acting, I thought, was superb. I thought the actors had it down. They knew what they were doing. They knocked it out of the park as far as the acting goes. Just the timeline. But I think if they were ever to do some sort of Ozzy miniseries or Ozzy movie, that dude that played Ozzy in The Dirt needs to portray Ozzy in that kind of film.
Yeah, he was right on. That was really good. the robe and everything. Like the Crazy Train era Ozzy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was good. He was good. I liked it. It was, like I said, I really liked the actors. I think they really shined like during the concert scenes. Like they got the moves down. Like
indeed,
you can tell those actors, they worked their asses off.
Yeah, indeed.
So I thought overall it was good. I think they glossed over a lot. Like I think the crew hated each other a lot more than that movie kind of said they did.
Oh, without
like I remember
a doubt.
when Vince's daughter died, none of them were there for him. You know what I mean? Like that kind of seemed completely fabricated and stuff like that. I know way too much about Motley Crue, but you know, his ex-wife Charisse Neal has a podcast.
Oh yeah,
with Bobby Brown from the Warrant videos.
Really?
Yeah, they have a podcast called The Sweet and Sour Hour, and they spill the tea. They tell all the secrets. It is really good, dude.
You know I got to listen to this now.
It is really good. It's $1 an episode. They charge, but it is worth it. It's really good. They're funny, and they're just really good, and they spill all the gossip.
Wow, no doubt.
Yeah, it's good. So speaking of...
Yes, go ahead.
I am starting a podcast.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
you have to with your cat ears and the chair that you have to have one now.
Oh, these are so terrible though. I need like real my real gaming ears are over there. My cans. But so I'm doing it with Eric, who was in The Royal We with me, and he was also in Cider House with me. And it's called The Song Retains the Name. We actually have a site. There's nothing on it because we haven't started yet, but thesongretainsthename.com. And it's going to be about a podcast that covers covers. So each week we're going to each pick a cover song and talk about, you know, the original and the cover and what went into it and the history, what we like better, what worked, what didn't, that kind of stuff.
I love it.
Isn't that an amazing idea?
I love it. Could we talk about cover? What's your favorite cover of all time?
My favorite cover that anybody's ever done of all time.
Yeah, I know it's a very broad question, but the first one that pops up in your head.
Okay. I have an answer. Oh, God, do I have an answer?
I know, it's a tough one. We've asked this on this podcast before, too.
This is an impossible question. I'll say that one of my favorite, and I'm kind of spoiling the podcast because I'm going to talk about it on the podcast, is...
It's a preview. It's a preview of
It's a
your
little
podcast.
preview.
There you go.
A little taste. A little amuse-bouche. You Really Got Me. Van Halen covering You Really Got Me by the Kinks is one of my all-time favorite covers.
Yeah, that's respectable.
And it's odd to say that because Van Halen is not one of my favorite bands. I'm not saying I don't like them. I love them, but they're not somebody that even hits my top 10 favorite bands. Neither is the Kinks. But for some reason, like that cover, they did something to that cover. So, okay, the Kinks they're just masters of what they do, and the song's amazing, right? But what Van Halen did to that song was they turned this, you know, first of all, you got Eddie, who's playing like he sounds like a woman. You know what I mean? Like his guitar is just like a woman laughing at you and crying, and he made sounds come out of that thing that nobody before or since has done. So you have him. You have you know, Michael Anthony's backups are crazy at all times. I respect his singing so much. But Dave in that song, he turned that song, which was like this perfectly fucking amazing pop, you know, this British pop, just rock and roll song, into like this sexy song. Like Dave, they put that the breakdown into it. And when Dave starts whispering he starts whispering the chorus, and you're like, what are you doing to this song? This is great. This turns from like, you know, the Kinks is like, makes like, it's like an I want you song. And the Van Halen part is like an I need you song. That to me, that's just like the ultimate. So like, you know, like we did covers back in the day, and it was always difficult because I always wanted to cover silly shit or whatever, which Gary would nix. You know, Gary's a serious musician, and I'm not. So, you know, we cover, like, I remember like we used to cover Stroker Ace by Ween and stuff like that. We used to cover, so like I have strong feelings about covers in that you got to pick something, number one, that you feel like you can do some justice to. Mm-hmm. And you have to put your own spin on it, but you can't disrespect the original song. And you're not going to pick a song you don't like. So that's hard.
Good point.
You know, like we've covered Dio and done it, you know, bluegrass style. Like you got to do something different, but not too different. You have to respect the song. You have to pick the right things. And strangely enough, like Van Halen is one of those. Van Halen, I remember I wanted to cover Hot for Teacher. And for the first time, I was shot down by the band because they were just like, I don't think we can do that. It's like, well, don't you want to do that? Like, yeah, I want to do that, but I don't think we can do that. Like, Hot for Teacher is a rough song, like, on all fronts.
That's
like
work.
The drums, the vocals, the bass, like, it's a Hot for Teacher. Like, there's a reason nobody covers that, you know? And same with, like, Zappa. Zappa's hard to cover. We covered, actually, on our live album, we covered Willie the Pimp, and it was good. It was good, but it's like, there's only certain things you can cover and certain things you just can't, no matter how much you love them. So it's, you know, I respect a band that can do a good cover song. I mean, there's so many. There's just so many that I love. And when you take into consideration that a lot of rock, you know, like Satisfaction has about 80 covers.
Oh, totally.
You know, you have the Stones did it. You have Otis Redding did it. You have Devo did it. Like, I mean, like, there's just so much to it. I just went on a tangent.
That's awesome. I love tangents. Are you going to cover samples too, like some of the hip hop stuff as well, or just is it straight covers?
If it's enough, you know what I mean. Like, for instance, I would sample. Not that that's on the list. We do have a list. Not that it's on the list, but like I would sample like Stan. You know, like I would probably if I were to, yeah, because why not? Because sometimes those really make the song, and those are like the
right.
You know, Rage Against the Machine, like. Just oh my god, they're reuniting, and I'm so like giddy about it. I'm like, I can't even. If that was my one wish and it came true, I feel like it's early Christmas right now. But they only announced like 6 dates. I'm like, I'll go wherever you go. I'll go wherever you go to see you.
Nothing on the east though, right?
Oh,
nothing.
Not yet.
Out west, not yet. It'll come. It'll happen.
Think
road trip. My favorite cover of all time, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but the Red Hot Chili Peppers doing Higher Ground.
I mean, that's solid.
I think that's my favorite cover of all time, and I love the original. Stevie Wonder is I'm a huge Stevie Wonder fan.
Yeah, well, same with like Renegades of Funk. Like that's, you know, it's hard to touch those songs because they're such masterpieces. And then I would say Higher Ground's a super successful cover.
Yeah. Put the Chili Peppers on the map too.
Oh, the Chili Peppers. Mm-hmm. Where are they at?
they don't need to be anywhere. They've had a long, lustrous career. That's for damn sure.
You don't think they still got some in them?
Yeah, they definitely do. The last album was great. They're still in there funking it up. Flea is still top notch at his game. He's one of the greatest bass players of all time. He's right up there like Victor Wooten and Les Claypool and all the greats.
Victor Wooten. Yeah. I saw Claypool not that long ago. I saw him with the Delirium. So
with the
Lennon Claypool
with the Flaming Lips.
Yes.
Oh, what a show.
Yep, I saw that one in Worcester. Sorry, I got to get rid of Facebook here. It's like dinging. I saw it in Worcester, and that was my first time seeing the Flaming Lips. So, you've seen them before?
We had that show here in Utica back in August.
Yeah, that's when it was, about August.
Yeah, it was.
Man, that was good.
Incredible.
Like my friend Carla was like, "Oh," because she was like, "Oh, do you want to go?" I'm like, "Yes, I want to go." I had seen Delirium before, open for Beck a few years ago. I actually saw Deb there too, and so I was like, "Yes, I want to go." And then when we were at the show, she's like, "So you've never seen the Flaming Lips before?" I'm like, "No." She's like, "Oh, you are in for a treat." I had no idea what they were like. I had no idea. Like, it was just crazy. It was just, I've never seen a band so dedicated to making you happy, you know? It's like, holy shit, that is all these people want in their lives, is for me to be happy, and it is working. You have all this, like, just shit flying everywhere, and all these people in giant balloon costumes, and oh my God, it was so good.
I describe them as every song is New Year's Eve.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Every song's just epic proportions, and there's confetti and balloons and just so much going on. It's this psychedelic carnival. That's for damn sure.
It was so good.
Oh,
it makes me pissed that I've missed it all these years. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pissed. I feel like if I knew this, I would have gone every single time. I feel like I've wasted so much time on them. I've slept on them so long. It makes me upset.
It's all right. You've seen them now, and now you know.
Now I will go every time. Now they're going to break up, and I'm never going to see them again.
No, I doubt it. I doubt it. If you haven't seen the Flaming Lips out there, people, you got to do yourself a favor and go see that show. It's like none other. Callie, every year, right at the end of the year, right around New Year's, I do a top 10 favorite show that I've been to or worked or whatever. And right now, that's number one by far.
Yeah.
I don't think anything's going to touch that from now till then.
Oh my God, how could it? How could it?
Yeah.
Nobody does that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
right?
Like, nobody does the stage show anymore. Have you seen Buckethead?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Buckethead puts a good effort in with his
does.
stage show. There's not a lot to do anymore. It's just kind of strange. I miss it. It's a whole different aspect to it. It really brings it to a different level.
Yeah, when you got the visual stimulation and of course the music's rocking, it makes for a great party. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, it's a whole tactile experience. Having shit flying at your face and like enjoying music. This is great. Like, it was so good.
Have you seen any good shows this year?
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Besides that one,
I just saw Dropkick Murphys with Clutch. So, oh God, they're so good. I hadn't seen Clutch since the '90s, and like Clutch was a big band like in the Boston area. Back then, and so can that guy sing?
No doubt.
Man, I just like can't even, you know, I went, so Dropkick, I went with my boyfriend, and you know, I kind of wanted him to see Dropkick, but I wound up just like, I couldn't even see anything after Clutch. I was like such stars in my eyes. They were so good. They sound so good to this day, and there's just nothing like them. And certainly coming from back then, you know, you have this guy who's just like could sing the blues as easily as he can sing rock, for sure. And you know, there's all these people back on the show with like wearing shirts, and I don't know if you guys know these bands, but you know, back in the 90s, like in Boston, it was like Tree and Clutch and Sam Black Church. You would love, I'm going to send you some links to these like old Boston hardcore bands. Like, you would really love that. They were so good. And so seeing people walk by with like Sam Black Church shirts on, I'm like, what decade am I in? This is so great. But yeah, Dropkick was awesome. They were awesome. I had seen them before open for Foo Fighters at Fenway, actually, a few years ago during the Broken Leg tour, during Grohl's Broken Leg tour. So, and that was good, but it's different in a smaller, you know, spot. Like you want to see him in a little smaller spot. Fenway's good, but it's like, it's not, you know, not intimate by any means. But so I think that was the last show I've been to.
We're talking about Clutch. That's a band that's grown grassroots style, kind of like we were talking earlier about the jam band scene. They've just progressively grown and grown and grown, and they never really got any kind of commercial success. Maybe the one song was out there a little bit for a while there, the Bang Bang Bang, Famaneuse. But other than that, they never really had any commercial success, but they got a solid freaking fan base.
That's a damn shame, too. Mm-hmm. That's a damn shame. Anybody out there that likes good, heavy rock, like, just please check out Clutch. They're just so good. They're just amazing.
They got a lot of groove, too.
Yes. They're funky, and they're heavy, and they just have everything. Everything, they tick all the boxes for me. Like, they're just so good. And I do go to, like, I still go to festivals. So I go to, like, 2 festivals a year now. Okay. I don't really go, you can't, it's hard, man. It's like when you get older, you can't. I'll, like, do one night. I can't even hang the 2 nights anymore.
What festivals do you go to?
So there's Wormtown, happens here every year. And what's the other one? The Camp Creek. So they both happen at the same place, Greenfield, Mass. It's at this amazing campground. It's kind of close to me. So, like, I'll go one night and chill. Like, I'll go Saturday and stay Saturday night, and that's my limit these days. But, I'm getting old, Z. What do you want?
When did we get old, and how quick it went by, right?
I don't know. It's kind of scary. How old are you now?
44.
I'm 47.
Oh, yeah? It went by so damn fast, didn't it? It just all whipped right by, and I urinate an awful lot now, too.
Do you? Is that your thing?
I feel like it is. I feel like peeing a lot comes with age.
Does it?
Yeah. That's all the aches and pains.
Yeah. You talk to anybody back from there, it's like, how you doing? Oh, I got some sciatica or whatever. I'll list off their injuries. I'm injury-free right now, so I'm good, but...
20 years ago, it was sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Now when we get together with my friends, we're talking about mortgages and insurance and, like, investment plans and aches and pains.
People's kids. Do you have kids?
No, thank God. I dodged that bullet.
I don't have any kids either. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of us that don't. I think, we're Gen X, and, like, we're kind of the pioneers of the no kid having, crew. Like, millennials aren't having kids, and I think we kind of started that. We're just like, I kind of got shit to do. We're
overpopulating the world as is, so you don't need my seed out there running around. That's for damn sure.
No little Z's. You don't want any little Z's.
Oh my God! You could only imagine what my kid would get me into. The trouble my kid would get me into.
What if he was like you? Is that what you're thinking?
He'd be a degenerate alcoholic, drug addict, probably.
You are none of the above.
I had my moments there, Callie. We all did. But yeah.
We're forgiven.
Yes, exactly. And you know what? I wouldn't trade it for anything. And I do live a blessed life, and I'm surrounded by great people. And I'm lucky that I get to do this every day and catch up with old friends such as yourself and all the old cast of characters from back in the day. I love this stuff.
It's so awesome. I want to head out there soon. It's just been so long.
When?
I haven't had a tomato pie, Z, in... I don't even know how long. 15 years. I miss it.
Has it been that long? It has, probably. Well, the EC closed in 2012, so that's what, 7 years ago, almost 8 years ago now. So yeah, it's been a while, at least 8, 9, 10 years for sure.
Yeah, I think so.
It goes by.
I want to say it's one of the last rhubarb shows that was there. Was the last time I was there. I was there with my ex-husband. I remember. So that was about 2012, something like that, 2011.
Memorable nights with those cats.
Yeah, I have some video I got to dig up of that.
Do you really?
That night, yeah.
If you have any old video or pictures, please share with me. I'd love to see it, reminisce a little.
I will.
The one thing I do like about social media, even though I'm really pissed at Facebook right now, but it's like the time hop thing and the memories, and it'll go back a few years and 10 years and however long you were doing it. So.
Well, sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. You're like, oh, damn, there's my ex or whatever. Like it brings up memories you don't want.
Right.
But
delete.
I don't want to share that. Jeez, I didn't want to live through it the first time.
I don't need to reminisce on that, but continue on, right?
It is good to get us, to keep everybody connected. That's the only reason I stay with it. I mean, I vastly prefer Instagram, but, I'll always stick with Facebook because all you guys are on it.
Indeed.
So yeah.
Debbie's saying let's do a Utica trio, Callie, at the Hotel Utica.
Who said that?
Debbie.
Oh, Deb's in there.
Deb's on right
Deb
now.
and I talk like every day.
That's awesome. Everybody out in Facebook land, if you could do us a favor and click the share button and help spread the word of the DEC Radio, Callie's new podcast. When do you expect your podcast to come out?
Well, I hope we're going to start recording pretty soon because we have it all planned out. Like everything is planned. We have Excel spreadsheets and we have the website and everything. We have a Twitter. Like it's just nothing says anything yet. So we're ready. I'm ready. Eric's ready. Eric's a big gearhead. Like he records. He's got a whole home studio and everything. So we're going to go profesh. We just don't know some of the logistics, like, how long of a clip can we play? Things like that. Fair use.
Oh, yeah.
So if anybody's got any kind of advice with that.
I tell you right now, don't play it at all. Unless
Really?
it's straight. You're doing straight podcast. Play a little bit of a clip, but the music licensing out there is a bastard. I'm going through it myself.
Are you?
And yeah, they'll flag you for every little thing, and you'll get notices and letters. And
So you got booted off Facebook?
I have been many times. And I've gotten booted off for playing my own freaking music. My Street Rock Mafia CD, I used to play a little bit, and they would flag me on YouTube because of the distribution through CD Baby. I'm like, what the frick? I wrote the song.
Oh, God. We wound up on Spotify, and I still don't know how. Like, my album with Cider House is on there, and none of us know how. Not that I care, you know what I mean? Cool, like, I'd rather people listen to it, but it's kind of strange. It's kind of strange. Anybody can just put anything on there.
No doubt.
Like, we certainly didn't consent to it.
Can we find any EBKT out there in the streaming platforms?
I think on iTunes. It's something that I've been talking about working on forever and just haven't.
Yeah.
But I would love to just get it all out there for free because that's just, if in case people want to hear it, I would love to get it hosted out there for free. I did look into like professional Spotify, and so I don't know how somebody got my Cider House record out there, but I got to figure it out because I would love to put all the EBKT records. I also have an absolute shit ton of live recordings just because that was, one of the best things about being in a jam type band is that everybody recorded everything.
No doubt.
So, which is good and bad because I don't know what I said on stage, but who knows? But so I have a ton of stuff. I'd love to host it somewhere. So we'll see.
Yeah, you need that catalog out there, sister.
I know. So
got to get it out there. But keep me in the loop on your podcast for sure. I'd love to check it out and hear it and help you share it and all that other stuff too. So keep me in the loop on that.
Yeah, any advice would be great.
Yeah, whatever. Hit me up. We are friends,
We are friends.
I'm one click away, That's all you got to do is hit me up. And I know a lot about this music licensing. And as a matter of fact, I'm speaking the legal advice about some of it too this week. So I'll know more too. So whatever you need to know,
Absolutely, I will hit you up.
Give me a shout for sure.
I miss all you Utica people. I just wanted to say that. To any of the Utica people listening, it was honestly the time of my life. Y'all always made us feel like we were at home. We always looked forward to it. It was always just like a treasured stop. You know what I mean? So New York, we never did that well in Mass. We always loved New York, and we always spent most of our time in New York. So we were always like considered like a New York band in that way. But yeah. Yeah, New York just kind of took us in like we were your own. So,
and you played around so much that we felt like you guys were our own, and there was just so many great nights and just the communication and the brotherhood that we all had. I mean, you're the only woman hanging out in an all male band. It was just like you're the only woman hanging out there, and sometimes and you would put everybody in check too. It's like hanging out with one of the dudes. There's often times I wondered if you even had a penis.
I do not.
No, I know. I confirmation that you didn't have one. We had my sources checked.
It was a weird. That was a weird thing thinking back on it, and like back then, not really knowing, kind of what I was all about, because I grew up. I grew up with them. I feel like I was real young when we started, and so like spending all of my 20s and 30s with all dudes was just like it was an odd thing. And like everybody, they were my brothers, and like any of you guys, like I to this day would trust any of you with anything. And I feel like it's such a gift. Like not that many people have that. I have these male friends that I just, oh my goodness, would just trust with my life to this day. and it was super special. And I liked that I wasn't, you know, I kind of liked that I was just kind of one of the guys, you know, like it just kind of, it worked against me in certain ways. Like there were times that I go into clubs that we never played in and people would be like, girlfriends have to wait outside when I try to go in for sound check, and I'd be like, okay, I don't see one here, but all right. You know what I mean? Like there'd be times when people like, oh, the girlfriends have to wait outside. Like I'm in the van, man. You can't, you know, I don't think that would happen these days, but there's more of us out there. But it was a special time. It was different.
Different for sure. Different. And different times have changed a lot too. And, you know, hopefully it'll come back, and hopefully we'll see you back on the stage one day too.
I will be. I have not sang my last note, Z. I promise.
Good. Awesome.
I promise.
I'd love to hear that. Well, Callie, great catching up with you. This has been a lot of fun. Keep in touch. Let me know about the podcast and keep me in the loop. And we're here, so keep me in the loop. You got a friend here on the D and me.
You've always got a friend here.
I'm hugging you so hard right now. I love you too. I love you too. We need to get together one of these days and drink Jameson like we used to.
I'm gonna get Deb. We're gonna go see you. Spoonville. No.
Don't say that.
I just said that because I wanted to see your reaction.
He's probably watching and go, "You asshole."
Hey, Boonville.
Maybe not. I don't know. We haven't seen him in a minute, but he's like Beetlejuice. When you mention his name, he just appears.
Right, you don't say it 3 times.
Don't say it 3 times. Much love to my sponsors, EJA Moving Services, Nye Volkswagen in Rome. If you mention the D, they give you $250 off your vehicle purchase. It's like shaving off your first month's payment. And also Utica Hemp Company, big ups to Joe and Chip for delivering the area with CBD. People, I'm telling you, it's a wonder drug. It's helping me on a daily basis, and it could help you. Stop into their 4 locations, one in Herkimer, one in Utica, New Hartford, and Clinton, and talk to their staff and see if CBD can work for you. Improve your quality of life, people, with Utica Hemp, uticahempco.com. And also, we're bowling for the Bahamas coming up on December the 1st, and that's at the Panorama on Genesee Street. So if you guys want to come out and bowl with us, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're having a day where we get together, raise some money for a good cause, and just have a couple pops and bowl. Who doesn't like bowling? It'd be like our Lebowski. It'd be like the D-Zone Lebowski tournament or whatever. Come on down. It's going to be a great time. December the 1st, bowling for the Bahamas. And then check us out. And then tomorrow, I don't know what the hell I got going on tomorrow. I never know what I got going on, Callie, ever. I don't even know what day it is.
Tomorrow's a Wednesday.
Tomorrow's Wednesday. It's hump day tomorrow. We'll figure it out.
Hump day.
Day by day, sister. Much love to you, and thank you so much for doing this with me. We got to catch up again real soon, and hopefully we'll get in each other's presence soon too.
Thank you for having me. I'll see you soon. I'll make it happen.
You got to make it happen. Please make it happen.
I will.
Please make it happen. And thank you so much. And I will see you tomorrow later, people. Wait, hang on before I even do anything. See, I never know what I'm doing, Callie. Never. Never.
Yeah, you do.
Out of here. Later.
Thank you for calling the EC Radio Attitude Adjustment Line. Press 1 if you need a good slap in the mouth. Press 2 if you need a stern verbal lashing. Press 3 if you need a timeout. Press 4 to respond to the voices in your head. Press 5 if you need to talk to your mom. And if this is an actual emergency, please hang up and call someone who gives a shit.
EC Radio.
Only on the D.
It's Bowling for the Bahamas and Celebrity Bowling Challenge to benefit the Bahamas Disaster Relief Fund. Sunday, December 1st, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. AMF Panorama Lanes, 1724 Genesee Street, Utica. Come have fun and enjoy a few games of bowling for a good cause. There will be prizes, food and drink specials, and some special challenges mixed in along the way. $20 per bowler or $100 per team includes 2 games and shoe rental. All proceeds go directly to the Bahamas Relief Foundation. That's Bowling for the Bahamas and Celebrity Bowling Challenge, presented by Disruption Network, Holy Pozzoli, and AMF Panorama Lanes. Sunday, December 1st, 1724 Genesee Street, Utica.
So you just bought your dream home, and now it's time to move. Let's face it, nobody likes to move. All the packing, unpacking, lifting, upstairs, downstairs, and broking everything, including your back. Let the professionals at EJA Moving Company take all the stress and pain out of your move. Competitively priced moving.
relocation services, office moves, and complete packing and unpacking services. They work with everybody to make it simple and easy for you to move and relocate. Call EJA Moving Company at 315-335-0516. When it's time to relocate, have EJA Moving do all the work for you. Hit them up online, ejamoving.com.
Hey, Disruption Network. This is Mike Sacco, the general manager at Nye Volkswagen of Rome. If you don't know me by name, it's only because you have not received the best deal. There's only one reason to leave Utica, and that's to come see me in Rome and get the best deal on your next new, pre-owned, or certified VW. Mention that you heard this ad from Disruption Network and receive $250 off your next vehicle purchase. You'll know why our customers say, I love my Nye VW. Come see us at 5865 Rome Taberg Road in Rome, or visit us online at nyvwofrome.com.
Want to know what's going on at the D? Hit up DisruptionNetwork.net and check out our events calendar, brought to you by the Events Co. Find out about upcoming guests, special events, concerts, show schedules, community activities, and more. Get connected at DisruptionNetwork.net.